It is scamming season, people. It is scamming time. And granted, it's all year round, but specifically during tax season, you'll get a group of people calling you, telling you they're from the IRS, and that you haven't been filing your taxes correctly for the past 5 to 7 years. They never get really specific on the things that you didn't file in a particular year. They just say somewhere within the 5 years. They're always very vague. And they'll sit there and say, if you don't, you have allegations pressed against your name, 4 of 7 something allegations pressed against, it's always some BS, okay? And it's usually, they're trying to send you to like Walmart or Target to get like iTunes gift cards to be paying your taxes or whatever, because apparently the fucking IRS, wants you to pay money by sending them gift cards. So just be careful. I know it's silly. I know most people won't fall for it, but there are a couple of people that might do it. It's sad, but it's true. And here's the thing, it's not so much that it happened to me, but the first time they actually called me, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little nervous. I'll sit there and say I definitely got a little nervous. Granted, there was stuff that just didn't make any sense. But the thing was, the guy tipped his hand, because when he was talking about, under your name and stuff like that, I was like, well, the thing is, me and my dad, we have the same name. And then the guy was like, no, it's you. That's impossible. And I think that's when I was like, all right, there's something off about this whole thing. And of course, I called my dad or whatever. He was like, yep, they doing that scamming shit. But like, once he said like me and my dad was impossible to have the same name, that's when I was like, all right, something's just not right. But it does happen. So definitely be careful. They'll usually call you, sit there and say the IRS, or just for some of the older people, definitely tell your grandparents that they do have the people that will sit there and call you talking about they're the fake Social Security people, saying that your Social Security has been compromised. And one second, now this shit gets really loud. So that they're saying that somebody else is using your Social Security, so your Social Security number. So we're gonna have to suspend your Social Security, and we're gonna have to give you a new Social Security. They have updated their shit lately as far as their speeches, but they're usually pretty much the same though. Now, instead of talking about I don't know if they still use the word safety locker, but they definitely do use something along the lines of, let's see, how did the story, because it's always the same, it's so fucking funny. Apparently somebody took your name, like, have you ever been to the state of Texas? And, well, if somebody has been to the state of Texas and, they found an abandoned car with some blood and some drugs on it, 22 pounds of, like, cocaine or some dumb shit. And, so now, there's serious allegations pressed against your name. And if you don't want the local government, your local authorities to come at you, you're gonna have to pay X amount of money, and then we'll give you a new Social Security. So they definitely are sticking to a fucking script, but at this point, you just never know. I've got a call maybe a couple months ago claiming that somebody stole my Social Security number, and I had to go to like Target to like pay them X amount of dollars. There's a guy on YouTube, I can't pronounce his name, but it's I'll put it in the description. It's WENJA92. He does these really fucking funny videos. I mean, they're informative, but they're really fucking funny though. Like, you gotta, I've been watching this guy for about like a year or 2 years. His videos are hilarious. Like, the dialogue that they use is always the same thing, and they always want you to sit there and like, go to one. And it's crazy because they'll sit there and tell you, when you go to like Walmart or whatever, they'll be like, oh well, don't tell the don't tell the checker about our conversation because it's totally confidential, and that if you tell them that you can get the alert the authorities, and you can go to jail, and don't tell your wife because you and your wife will both face penalties and shit like that. So the point is, they always want to isolate you. They always want to isolate you. They want to make sure that you don't tell people about what's going on, because the minute that you do, they're going to sit there and tell you it's a scam. So they definitely want to sit there and isolate you. And the whole goal is to sit there and strike fear, is to get you so panicked that you're not thinking, and that you'll just go out and pay X amount of dollars through CVS or whatever, get a gift card. It's usually like CVS, or it's weird because sometimes they do like Speedway or some shit. I've never been to a Speedway before, but they usually do like convenience stores and shit. So it's scamming season. Definitely watch out. I think most people, at least people of my generation, some would definitely know. But if you have grandparents or older people, definitely let them know, because they're out there. They're out there. And of course, they do the whole, money, Western Union scams. And now they have a new one that I just found out about, the electric company. I don't know where you're from, if you're from another place or whatever, but I know people have been calling and saying that they're from National Grid, and that, trying to get money from them. So it's saying, well, if you don't pay us, we'll cut off your heat and we'll cut off your electricity and shit like that. So again, just be careful, and let the definitely older people know, because while I may get it because I watch a lot of YouTube and stuff like that, some people that are not like tech savvy and don't go on the computer, they'll definitely fall for it. So yeah.